And a lot of people are not a big fan of breaking games, but I am. I love breaking games. I'm a massive fan of it. Analog input, no, that's fine. Because it means that my time is an investment into making the game smoother and easier the next time I play it. That to me is really important, and it's a really important way of valuing it. But this is going to be a no level up playthrough, which means I cannot kill anything but bosses. So I'm going to be running away, guys, and I'm probably going to be trimming a lot of this out. And you might be wondering, you know, how is it possible to do this kind of playthrough? Well, all you need is AP to level up your abilities, because AP is fantastic, and I need to do some junctioning. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to give people GFs. GFs allow you to do this, which is put on some abilities. I'm not going to be summoning GFs because it's just not really how I roll. They take too long, even when you've got the short animation on. I'm just going to be doing things my own way. And there's so much depth in this game that the game tells you. For instance, each of these summons has an affinity with people. So if you look at the right, compatibility, it shows you who they're most compatible with. And both these summons are more compatible with Quistis. But Quistis is not somebody who is going to be coming in the team quite often, so we're probably not going to use her. And if you've never played, what I'm doing now is it's probably just really, really confusing. But what happens is, when you have GFs mapped onto your character, you can select abilities that that GF can learn. And when you get experience in battle, or AP, is what we want, it will level up those abilities and enable you to make your character stronger. Well, she's explaining now. It's a complicated system, but it's one of those that can really pay off. And it's easier to watch than it is to be explained. So hopefully, if you don't know how junctioning works, by the end of this playthrough, you'll understand. But here it's telling you, if you equip a GF, it'll allow you to map your magic to your slots. So you'll notice here he has Strength and Spirit open. If he puts 10 fires on Strength, it will go up to 18. If he puts the other ones on, they're slightly higher. And obviously the better that stat is, the better the boost it gives you, and you always want to be trying to put the best magic in the best slot. It's kind of like magic sex, only not as pleasurable and extremely nerdy. This here is automatic junctioning. If you don't want to mess about, but you want to make your character good, you can automatically junction them to attack, to magic, or to defense. So you can have the computer do it, but I don't recommend it, guys. I recommend learning it, getting frustrated, reading on the internet, all that good stuff. And just be grateful, because when I was figuring this stuff out, there was no internet. Or there was, but not where I lived. I already know, thank you. And then we can move on. So, like, my school barely had internet. You know, it had a library that had 4 computers that could get on the internet, and that was it. So, and it was dial-up. But this is the fire cavern. These are seed representatives. Oh, they're not actually seeds. They're kind of the janitorial dudes. And this will be interesting, because I've already done a low-level playthrough earlier this week to see if I had the skills and the knowledge to do it, and it turns out it's not that difficult, but this might be interesting. We'll give ourselves 20 minutes. We don't need it, and it's going to affect his seed rank, but I just don't want to risk it. Because when I did this on my practice run, I farmed a couple of enemies for magic, just drawing magic from them. I don't think it helped that much, because I can't junction to anything that's decent. But Ifrit's kind of simple. This is the fire cavern. And Quistis is going to support us, so we're going to rush through here, running away from battles. And we're going to take on a boss who is summoned from a previous game. The previous Final Fantasy is a fan favourite. He's the god of fire on this game. And what I normally do is I will intentionally put Squall into yellow life, and yellow life is critical life. And when you're in critical life on this game, it allows you to perform limit breaks. And limit breaks are an exceptionally powerful technique. And you can use it as many times as you want, which is really, you know, it's awesome. It's one of my favourite parts about the system of this game. On 7 you have to fill a bar, on 9 you have to fill a bar, on 10 you have to fill a bar. On this, you can do it as many times as you want if you're willing to risk it. And I play very recklessly. So, hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass. We can draw some magic over here. Oh no? Is it over here? Yeah, here we go. Good habit to get into is running around pressing X, because this game has a lot of hidden draw areas. And seeing as how that's the only magic we've got, we might as well junction it into whatever stat we've got. And it doesn't give us any bonus. That is so shit. Oh, she don't even have it. My bad. But what we're going to be doing to get experience, because you might be wondering, if you can't kill things, how do you get experience? We're going to be carding things. We're going to learn this ability from Quetzalcoatl, which allows us to turn enemies into playing cards, believe it or not. And that's what we're going to do. And it's going to involve a little bit of farming every so often. And I'm not going to share that, I'm going to cut that out. Goodness me, this is chronic. Random battles, guys. Random numbered generated battles. This enemy is called a Buell. He's an interesting guy. He's going to throw fire at you. Do his little sweep attack. 2 damage. We can live with that. One thing you normally find on these kind of games is Final Fantasies are usually seditiously easy at the beginning. And I was reading the other day about a mod on the PC version where you can have... guys made a difficulty mod which scales a lot of cool things. And I'm super interested in to see what that's like. But here we go. She's basically saying that me and Sifa are amazing. We're the 2, you know, top grade students in the class. And this is Ifrit. You seem confident enough. How confident would you seem in a minute when a fire djinn pops up? And we get the awesome Final Fantasy VIII boss music. Which, if you've ever listened to a band called... what are they called now? They're the Red Majors. The kind of like metal band that do Final Fantasy covers by Nobuo Uematsu. What's he got? We'll just focus on killing him. He does some interesting damage though. It's at that moment where I'm tempted to attack myself to try and get Squall into limit break territory. Also, a really cool feature of this game is the gunblade. On the moment that the attack lands, you can actually press the R1 button and fire the gun. And I have no idea how that's not ended up in every game that is an RPG, because adding timing... Oh, this is going to hurt. There you go. Feeling it. I love it. Because criticals are so important, and it just makes no sense. But if you've got Shiva, you can summon her here, and she will do wicked damage to him because she's ice and he's fire. There'll also be a little bit of a dialogue from Ifrit saying, they have Shiva! Because, you know, she's another Guardian Force. And when we beat this guy, we get this guy. Which is pretty good. But this is by no means the best way to do it, folks. But we'll see how well this goes. This music is so good. Oh, not bad. Is this when he does a big punch, or have we beat him? Oh no, he's just taunting us a little bit. The game will give you some potions, so if your life does get too low and you don't have any cures, you should be able to use items to bump yourself up a bit. But I'm hoping it's not going to go that way. We just need the camera to go close up again and for Ifrit to speak. Because if he does, it means we've beat him. Here he comes, big punch. On Quistis again? On me. I wonder if we can spam for some limit breaks. Can we get any? Go on, Ifrit, smackers. No. A little technique is when you press circle, it skips your turn. It doesn't skip it, it switches to the other character, and sometimes there's a probability scale of getting your limit break early. It's very rare, but it does happen. And it's getting close to being in a region where it will happen, especially if I get punched. Because Ifrit hits 100 and odd damage with that big punch. Come on, hit me with it, boy, hit me. Hit Squall. Yes. No? As if! You ain't got much life, man. Come on, bro. There we go. So I didn't really get to showcase what I wanted to, but we've passed the test, and we've recruited Ifrit. And I'm going to be giving Ifrit to Zell, who's a character you've not met just yet. We don't get any experience, so we stick at base level. And we get some G returners, we get a good card, and we get AP, which is all important. But it's not enough to level up any of the skills yet. And now we have to get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah. Oh, she's going to tell us how to junction again. So what this is doing is, there's a feature of the game called Elemental Junctioning, where you can junction elements to your attack, and you can junction elements to your defense. And what this means, in the simplest terms, is you can make your character really strong against certain magics, or even absorb them if you have enough. And you can also give him an elemental attribute in his attack. It looks more complicated than it is, and it's one of those things that it takes a while to learn, but it becomes second nature once you learn it. And I'm going to show you some interesting skills to powering up and things like that.